So this is one that may get people very, very excited. And as always, this is not financial advice, but many people have asked, when is Shiba Inu going to delete that next zero? When are we going to make a push past the prior all-time high, get all the way up to 301? So there's this article that's actually suggesting this may in fact happen in June. Now, hold on, relax. I want you guys to hear me out on this. All right. So this was actually done by Vinod D'Souza. Hopefully I said that right. And what he was referencing was in fact some data from Coin Codex. And Coin Codex actually pointed out some very bullish projections as we get into late June in terms of Shiba Inu. Now, as we go through these projections, you guys can see that once we hit, past June 22nd, we are about at that point of the prior all-time high, which is very exciting. That would be a very strong move for Shiba Inu. Now, what I have to say is this. Historically speaking, most assets do not hit their prior all-time highs until either late in the year of the halving or the start of the year following the halving. So it wouldn't surprise me if Shiba Inu, didn't get to these points until that period of time. Now, what is different this time is we are seeing those heightened levels of retail optics, those heightened early inflows in terms of retail money. And what it has to do with is a lot of this additional coverage we're getting from media outlets, the introduction of spot ETFs, both on the Bitcoin and the Ethereum side. We haven't even seen flows from any Ethereum ETF here at home, but you need to make sure you don't sleep on that type of inflow and what that can in fact do to charts. Remember, if Ethereum continues to pump, one of Shib's biggest pairings is with Ethereum. It's going to drag the price of Shiba Inu up. That's how liquidity pools work. Now, the interesting thing about this is, people were saying that May wasn't going to be a good month. I said May was going to be a very good month, and it was. And in fact, we can see that, May is getting close to closing on this about 12% note in terms of BTC. Now, what's interesting about June is that apart from 2020, every single year of the halving, when we had a strong May, we ended up having a strong June as well. You guys can see that back in 2020, that was again the only weird one where it was kind of a 9% month in terms of BTC, down about 3% in June. But back in 2016, up 18% in May, up 27% in June. And you guys, if you reference all the way back to 2012, we had this insane explosion in terms of the charts. Huge May, huge June. And now because of these optics and early inflows and things like that, it would not surprise me if some of these coins end up making pushes towards their prior all-time highs a little early, more early than they typically do. Now, again, what's interesting with Shib is something that I've referenced many times before, is the fact that there's been all this liquidity removed. We have the potential of really getting into a supply shock. And again, people will say, oh, yeah, too much supply. I really don't care. We've seen it play out time and time again where we have these thin levels of liquidity. When Shib gets up here and things get moving, you can hit some insane levels very, very quickly. And right now, if Shib does in fact break out, don't be surprised. All these things kind of snowballing together if they push Shib towards some of these higher levels here. All right. Now, do I think Shib is going to break, basically knock off one of these zeros in June? No, I don't. I have a more conservative estimate. I try to be more realistic in these, but is it possible? Yes, it is. And again, this is not financial advice. This is not a guarantee. We just don't know at what rate that retail that is outside the space is going to flow in this time. We're hitting mass adoption this cycle. We're starting to see some of the early signs of it, some of those accelerated rates of adoption. And again, if things really do get exciting from BTC, from an Ethereum standpoint, alts are just going to go on these insane tears. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'd love to hear if you think we are in fact going to knock off a zero in June, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.